This is ABC7 News at 10, Chicago's #1 news.
And the fight to save historic homes from the wrecking ball. It's our special segment tonight, Modern Masterpieces.
But first, the fight to save historic homes that are being demolished to make room for so-called McMansions. Tonight's special segment, Modern Masterpieces. The Chicago area is filled with architectural treasures from the mid-20th century, but to developers, mid-century homes are often ideal targets for teardowns and big money. ABC7's Kevin Roy joins us with more on this trend. Kevin?
Ron, modernism is one of the hottest trends going right now nationally. Mid-century 1950s design is making everything retro cool again, from furniture to cars, even houses. In places like California, the value of mid-century homes is soaring. But here, the trend is only beginning to catch fire, and not in time to save some modern treasures that have already been lost. The city of big shoulders and even bigger buildings is the birthplace of modernism. Mies van der Rohe's steel and glass towers, Bertrand Goldberg's Marina City. But hidden in Chicago's suburbs are many mid-century modern houses that are often overlooked.
These mid-century homes are so much like, you know, someone's 57 T-Bird that's just rusting in a driveway somewhere, undiscovered under a tarp.
And she'll have fun, 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 till her daddy takes a T-Bird away.
Joan and Gary Gand are 50s fanatics. They collect vintage mod furnishings from the post-war era.
You make me feel so young.
But their biggest prize is their Keck and Keck mid-century home in north suburban Riverwoods, with its flat roof and floor-to-ceiling windows.
And the posts, you know, all the rooms are so open, and the wood ceiling, it's just a great looking design.
A design that in large part evolved from the ideas of internationally acclaimed architect Frank Lloyd Wright. Just as Wright's homes are considered masterpieces today, the Gands say mid-century homes from the next generation of American architects, the Keck and Keck brothers, Edward Dart, and others, should be preserved and made into household names as well, which is why they formed Chicago Bauhaus and Beyond, a group dedicated to doing just that.
Chicago seems to be a few years behind. Now, we have a great wealth of these homes here now, but the trend hasn't hit yet.
Oh, the good life, full of fun.
The trend is hottest in places like Palm Springs, California, where home values are skyrocketing for these fabulous 50s ranches. In Glencoe, there's a similar neighborhood, the Forest Crest subdivision of modest Keck and Kecks. But here, the teardown craze is all too obvious. 2 of 26 are already gone, going up in their place what Keck owner Harold Katz calls McMansions.
You have these huge houses that are being built that I did refer to as McMansions. The developers have no interest other than trying to maximize profit.
Katz fought to have his neighborhood designated as an historic district, but a majority of neighbors revolted for fear it would affect property values. A couple of years ago, the Kuhnstadter House in Highland Park was torn down. A stunning Keck and Keck, it won top honors from the American Institute of Architects. But a developer bought it and built not one, but 2 multi-million-dollar homes in its place.
It's a shame to have lost it, it really is.
But when it comes to deciding what is or isn't worth saving, perhaps no house has been more contentious than this one, the Froy House in Highland Park, designed by architect Robert Bruce Tagg. A developer bought it with plans to tear it down, but when members of Chicago Bauhaus and Beyond protested, the Highland Park Historic Preservation Commission slapped a 1-year delay on the demolition.
The developer was shocked out of his mind.
Commission Chairman Daniel Kahn says the developer was told to try to find a buyer, but so far there have been no takers.
While I don't understand it, a lot of important people do, and we've tried to protect it, but I'm afraid this house is going to go in a dumpster.
I'm beginning to see the light.
The south suburbs are also teeming with mid-century marvels and the best buys. In Olympia Fields, this house, designed by Edward Humrick in 1955, is one of the architect's very best. Real estate agent Joe Kunkel lives in a groovy Edward Dart house in Olympia Fields. He says many mid-century gems here go for half of what they would on the North Shore. The key to preserving them, he believes, is raising appreciation.
The better way to get a home preserved is getting into the hands of someone who actually loves it.
Easier said than done, though, because in many neighborhoods where the teardown craze is on, home sellers call developers and ask for an offer. And if the price is right, sellers sometimes don't even list their homes. So some of these modern gems wind up being lost without anyone ever finding out they might have been available. To find out more information about Chicago Bauhaus and beyond, go to our website, ABC7Chicago.com, and click on special segments. We will link you to their site. And Ron and Kathy, the good news is there are still hundreds of these great mod homes out there available looking for some TLC.
All right. Somebody to appreciate them.
Yeah.
Kevin, thanks.